There's a seat right behind you.
Oh, lost my coffee.
Copy that.
All right, we all ready?
Yeah. Oh, too close.
Come on.
OLPCnews.com.
All right. We all ready here? Great. Can you all hear us in the back? Are you guys paying attention to laptops back there? Do I have to come and push the laptop cover down on you? Put it down, put it down. Come on, reach forward, pull the lid down. That's the way you turn it off. I see there's still a laptop up. Do I have to come back and take it away from you, young lady? There we go. She can talk to you later. So, thank you everybody. Thank you for coming to OLPC Learning Club here in Washington, D.C. It's our very first event, a holiday event. And I'm very happy to see that OLPC has been able to ship out a few XOs. I'm very sad to report none of them are mine. Taking a moment here. That was a close moment. So, as I'm sure several other people in the room feel the same emptiness without an XO. If you have an XO, raise your hand. Bastards. If you are waiting for your XO, raise your hand. All right, so those of you that have, please share. We all want to experience the XO in person. And here tonight with us, we actually have three very special guests who have traveled very far and very long to be with us here tonight. To my far right, we have Bryan Berry, who is the External Relations Manager for OLE Nepal. I'll say that one more time so I get it correct this time. It's Bryan Berry, who is the External Relations Manager for OLE Nepal. Let's give him a round of hand. And then on either side of me, we have Aaron Kaplan and Christoph from OLPC Austria. And as you notice to my right, Christoph has a OLPC Austria t-shirt. But very much like OLPC, Christoph wasn't able to deliver t-shirts to other people. So again, some of us are alone.
Left wanting.
Yes. But I will not leave you wanting me more. I will shut up. Aaron and Christoph and I will sit down and we'll hand it over to Bryan for the very first presentation of OLE Nepal and how he formed the group and how it's going today. Okay. So please take it away.
Pleasure. Hey guys, so I'm really excited to see so much energy. Let's do a little intellectual adventure with me. I want you to imagine that you take all that excitement and you go to a developing country or a lesser developed part of a developed country to implement OLPC. And I want you to imagine what that would be like. So let's say you get there and you find a group of like-minded people that are locals that are really excited, just as enthusiastic as you are. And together you guys successfully lobby the government to do a pilot. You get some XOs from OLPC, you're showing them to kids, everything's great. And then some hard realities are going to set in. Here are the three problems that you're going to face, and I'm facing right now. Number one, there isn't enough content for the laptop. When you give the kid the laptop, they don't automatically transform into a genius.
There's no implementation miracle?
No, yes, you're Sergey Brin. No, I'm Larry Page. It doesn't automatically transform a child. It is a very powerful tool, and some kids will explore it and really get into it. From my experience, the kids that really get into it can play up to 90 minutes on it, but they don't go crazy and learn how to program a satellite. There is not enough content. Number two problem. Teachers are busy. They don't have time for this. Teachers everywhere, either Vienna, Los Angeles, Nepal, have these very strict curriculum guidelines and grade level examinations that their kids have to pass at certain grades. Every day of the year is taken up. They don't have time for anything extra. Right now, this is a special program. It doesn't fit into the grade level curriculum. They'll look at it, they'll think it's wonderful, and they'll go back to what they have to do to get their kids into 5th grade, to 6th grade, maybe in university they can. Number three problem. You have to prove it works. You can convince a politician, in our experience, or a larger group, to try out a pilot. But for a country to put money on the line, you have to prove statistically, quantitatively, that this makes some kind of improvement in learning outcomes. a bigger country may have a larger pilot, but you're not going to go to a national implementation until you prove definitively that it makes a difference. All right, so I've just walked you through, it's basically been my experience in Nepal. I've been working in Nepal for the last 18 months on OLPC, and recently I've quit my real job to do this full time. Give you a little background about me. I've been living abroad for the last 5 years in the Middle East and in Asia, and most recently Nepal. I've been working professionally. I helped form Open Learning Exchange Nepal to implement the pilot, and we have an agreement with the government to develop the content and do much of the implementation for the project. Now, how are we dealing with these three problems? Again, there's not enough content. Number two, teachers are busy and they don't have time for this. And number three, prove it works. The key is content. We are working on developing content very quickly, in a very agile manner, as they say in the software industry. We are using a tool called Squeak. Has anyone seen eToys or know about eToys? eToys are awesome for kids and for adults. I think they are the ideal platform to actually develop learning activities very quickly. It's a drag and drop environment where you can drag and drop and move things around. Whereas something that's written in, say, Python or C++, it's not discoverable for a non-programmer. And we have to move a learning activity actually closer to the teachers. We call it, in our case, educator-driven development. We have a development team of 5 people, and we have 2 teachers that are in charge. They come in, they say, I want this, I want to do these learning activities, and I want this outcome. The programmers build it, and the teachers say, no, move it there, this, or that's all wrong. This educator-driven development is the model that works for us. Because good teachers know how kids learn. Programmers, by and large, don't. In fact, programmers, and mostly technical people, often misjudge what's hard to teach and what's easy. Typically, I've made this mistake myself. We think that 6th grade math is tougher than learning counting or learning basic multiplication and addition. Actually, it's the easy stuff that's difficult to teach. So, you look confused.
Take notes.
Good. So, we really focus on having the teachers drive the development process and doing things quickly by using this tool called Squeak, which is the basis of eToys, which is already in the XO. That is the right tool for us. Also, because we're using Squeak, it will run on any platform, whether it's Macintosh, Windows, etc. We need feedback from people who don't have XOs and aren't going to have XOs in the next 6 months or 9 months. Those are teachers, those are artists, those are graphic designers, those are historians. And we need their feedback. Those could be people in Denmark who look at our stuff and have ideas on how to improve it. So number 2, teachers are busy, they don't have time for this. For that reason, we are focusing on the subject areas that Nepali students and teachers have the most trouble with, math and English. Nepali students really struggle with basic math and basic English, and often their English teacher doesn't speak English. That's a problem. We can address that. So we're doing all our learning activities according to the curriculum. And that, in our opinion, if we can help the teacher do their job better, there's a much better chance that they'll actually use it. Number 3, policymakers. Again, by concentrating on those areas where students struggle the most, we think we can show the most improvement. So, I could go on for this for quite extensively, but I just want to say that I think content is the key for handling most of these problems. And good content. Oh, and one more thing, teacher training. That's another discussion. So, it's been great talking to you guys. I'd be happy to talk to anyone in greater detail afterwards. And should I pass the floor to my friends from OLPC Austria?
So, thanks for